Hello, this is a quick overview video on Glyph Knight. Glyph Knight is an 18-card fantasy adventure game that you can play entirely in your hand. A game takes anywhere between 30 minutes to 90 minutes depending on what game mode you're playing, but it's very easily savable, so you can easily do a round and then pick it up later if you want. In this game, you play as a knight, either Glyph Knight or any of the other ones that we have here. And you're traveling through the land, interacting with locations, slaying monsters, recruiting allies, getting skills, and ultimately defeating the castle. The goal of the game is to find this castle within the set number of rounds and defeat it. And then if you're playing on harder difficulties, you might have to face two castles, or the castles will be more dangerous, stuff like that. When I was making this, I really wanted to capture the feeling of like traveling. So as you can see, there are paths on these location cards, and you're physically traveling from card to card through location to location to try and accomplish what you need to do. So before I get into that, there are 4 card types. You have a hero card, you have a magic crystal tracker, which you use to track your magic crystals. There's also a reference card here. And then there's the round tracker, which also drives the day and night cycle. As you can see, each round is either day or night, and they'll change what happens in the locations you're traveling through. Some enemies might be stronger at night, or some paths might only be open during the day or during the night. So it really drives the strategy of your journey when you're doing that. So what you do each turn is you basically have a hand of a certain number of cards based on what level your hero's at. You can think about this kind of like the surrounding map tiles around you, and these are all the locations you can go during this turn. Each turn you'll have a starting location. It's usually where you ended the last turn, but at the start of the game you get to choose one. But basically you look at these paths on the left side of the card and you have to line them up so that they connect to another card. So in this example here, we can connect this card to this card because of this one connection here. And in doing so, it will give us these 2 glyphs on the cards. And these glyphs are how you interact with the world. But a couple more examples. These 2 paths are connected. So you'll also get these 2 glyphs, and these 2 paths at the top are connected as well. So you'll also get these 2 glyphs. Now there are also locations, like I said previously, that have a day or night symbol on it. These are only active during that time of day. So part of the strategy then is to like time your travel, so you're only going to the forest locations during the day and the desert locations during the night. Okay, so you make your journey and end up at your destination. Your destination is, for the most part, the only location and enemy you interact with, but you'll have an enemy here that you have to defeat through its attack, health values, and sometimes they'll have abilities here like this one. And once you do, then you can interact with the location. The locations might have different effects. For example, this one is a fortress. It will actually buff up this enemy, but if you defeat it, then you'll gain more influence, and it will allow you to train. Training is how you upgrade your ally cards. So you can see there are 2 different colored borders. Red bordered cards are allies and blue bordered cards are skills, and they take different resources to upgrade respectively. The allies take influence and can only be upgraded at locations, so like fortresses or like villages, whereas skills you can upgrade at any time using experience that you gain from defeating monsters. So you fight the monster. You have to block all of its attack. If you don't, then you have to start wounding cards in your hand. And that's when you flip it to the level 0 side. As you can see, the wounds are pretty bad for you. They have negative path modifiers, so they'll actively take away from your your glyphs, and the enemies are also harder. But if you do manage to defeat it, then you can use experience to upgrade cards. So you flip the card from the level 1 to the level 2 side, and then eventually you can even get to the level 3 side. You can see on these sides there's actually text here in the skill and ally box. So what that means is after you make your journey, so after you get to your final location, you're physically leaving this location. So you're leaving the grasslands here. As you're leaving, you get to take this skill and equip it in your skill and ally slot. So this is like you picking up an artifact or learning skills while you're here, or recruiting allies and taking them with you when you go. Now when you can use these skills and allies at any time to help you with either combat or travel or like influence. And when you do, you just discard it, and you'll have to pick it up again the next round through. Okay, so you've made your journey, you fought the enemy, you've interacted with the location, and then you might have gained a skill or an ally as you're leaving the location. Now you discard the rest of the cards, and your destination is now your starting location for the next turn. Thematically, you traveled from the first location to this one, so it makes sense for you to start from here for the next turn. There's also a concept called scouting. So as you were making your journey, if you had paid enough movement equal to the scouting cost of this location, then you get to draw back up to your full hand size. So thematically, this is like if you scouted the locations around you, you get to see more cards and have more options for the next turn. Otherwise, if not, then you only get to draw one card to keep you going. So once you find the castle, this is like one of your final encounters in the game. You'll have to travel there, and once you do, the castle will be reinforced with extra enemies that it might buff. And this will engage a multi-round combat where you're constantly traveling to the castle, taking out one or two of the enemies, and then trying again next round until you finally are able to defeat it. And if you do, you win. If you don't within the round limit, or your whole deck becomes wounds from taking damage, then you lose the game. So yeah, that's Glyph Knight in a nutshell. Hope you like it.